By now, over 200 million people have seen the trending hashtag coronajihad. This hashtag was created to say that Muslims spread COVID-19 on purpose. It all started from one Islamic missionary group called Tablighi Jamaat. They organized mass gatherings that thousands attended against the law of the lockdown. Not only in India, but also US, UK, Bangladesh, Pakistan, Indonesia, Malaysia, and even China. These gatherings indeed have spread the virus. And when I look at them, I am angry, because I know these gatherings will make innocent people suffer. And so they did. Now, because of a mistake of one group of Muslims, some hospitals don't want to help Muslims at all. It also reached the global social media. People send me messages like this every single day. Please make a video about how all Muslims spread the virus. And when it comes to the traditional media, they only add fuel to the fire. News reported on many viral videos, like this one with a food vendor spitting on fruits to spread the virus. It greatly heated the conflict. But the truth is, this video was released a long time before the gatherings, and the man in this video was diagnosed with mental health problems. He was not following any coronajihad calling. Once again, history repeats itself. From one group's fanatic gathering, through fake hyperbolic media reports, a tweet, bad historical sentiments, politics, and many mistakes on both sides, the pre-existing hatred between religions and, most importantly, humans only got worse. This is the paradox of religious wars, where 1% of the people is capable to make the rest 99% suffer. But is it justified to blame people's mistakes on their religious beliefs? Is this behavior Muslim, or is it simply human? See, whether it's God, Allah, Jesus, Buddha, Krishna, or anyone else, all religions have one thing in common: the rules, the commandments. In essence, you can only truly represent your religion if you follow the rules given to you by your leader. I am not religious, but I did my research. This is a quote I found in Quran, the book of Muslim rules. If you hear of an outbreak of plague in your land, do not enter it. But if the plague breaks out in a place while you are in it, do not leave that place. In other words, people who spread the virus on the coronavirus plague go against their own religion. That's why they are not allowed to represent the whole community of Muslims, because as thousands of them met for mass prayers and spread the virus against the rules, hundreds of millions stayed in a lockdown. Minority does not mean the majority. Globally, many people of different religions organize mass gatherings, and yet I have not seen any trending hashtags about it. And I know what you're thinking. Why does it always happen to Muslims? Why, when Christian, Jewish, or Hindu do something wrong, these are the actions of humans, but when Muslim does something wrong, these are the actions of Islam or terrorism? I might get in trouble for saying this, but I'm going to risk it. One of the reasons why Muslims are more generalized than other religions is because there is not enough unified voice from the Muslim community that speaks against these bad actions. The Muslim world needs to come together and say a loud no against this 1% of the extremists. I can say this because I know how it feels to only focus on the 1%. Back in my old life, I hated all Muslims. Living in my small city in Poland, all the news that ever reached my country was negative. 9/11, bombings, terrorist attacks. In my head, all Muslims were bad. But then, as I traveled, I opened my eyes and noticed the remaining 99% of the people. I met Muslims all around the world, and to my surprise, they truly had the kindest, most welcoming hearts. I cannot wait for the day when the world, just like me, gets to see the 99% more than the 1%. When 200 million people don't see the hashtag coronajihad, but rather something positive. People tell me it's impossible. They tell me there's no point in making these videos because people will always fight each other. But I never lose my faith. You know why? Because I think I know the true genesis of all these wars, and it's not religion, it's in the story I'm about to tell you. Imagine you wake up in the middle of the night and you see something from afar. You're scared. You come a bit closer, it looks like a wild beast, you're still scared. You take another step and you see a human, you're becoming less scared. Finally, you come even closer, and that's when you see it was your brother all along. For many years now, people are far away from each other. Far left or far right. Far Muslim or far Hindu, far Christian or far Jewish. They are far away from each other, and that makes them see the worst in each other. That makes them scared. That makes them fight. Because no one can see well in darkness from afar. But if we could only be closer, we would quickly understand that we are brothers and sisters. We think people do bad things and kill in the name of Jesus. People do bad things and kill in the name of Allah. But at the end of the day, people only kill in the name of murder. Trapped in darkness, not seeing the true face of their enemies, not following the true callings of every religion. Peace and forgiveness. Maybe the coronavirus is nothing but the test of our humanity. Maybe it's nothing but the devil coming down on earth and trying to put us against each other, and it is working. Can you hear the devil's laugh as millions of people believe that all Muslims spread the coronavirus? Can you hear the devil's laugh as people commit suicide? Can you hear him laugh seeing this horrible division between many nations? We've learned to believe that religion is responsible for many wars, but it is only us humans who should be held accountable. And I say this because there are many regions around the world that live in peace despite having many religions. Like South India or Singapore, where people can live together in peace despite religious beliefs, where people focus on the 99% and not the 1%. Last night I heard this beautiful story of Muslims organizing a funeral for a Hindu despite everything that's happening right now. This is beautiful, this is human. But most likely you haven't heard about it because the media loves to focus on the 1%. Only the shocking news blown out of proportion that spread hatred further and further. Can you hear the devil's laugh as the 1% gained the spotlight of the media? If it isn't obvious by now, this extremely long and tough video is not pro-Muslim or pro-Hindu or pro-Christian. This video is only pro-human. I might be not religious, but I am a deep believer. I believe in humans. I believe that we can be above the divisions. I believe that we have been given lives only to do good. I believe that our true calling and destination is to come together. Even if many of us are still far away, sometimes all it takes is a few steps to realize that before we find the true meaning of religion, first we will need to find each other.